My sisters, today I want to talk to you about a woman who walks alone, a woman who, by the world's standards, seems to have no friends. You see her walking in the streets, seemingly untouched by the crowds, seemingly isolated from the laughter and the chatter. But let me tell you something, this woman is not lost. She is not broken. No, she is stronger than you think. Solitude is often misunderstood. It is too frequently associated with loneliness, abandonment, and weakness. But in reality, the strength of solitude cannot be overstated. There is a unique power that comes from standing alone, from walking a path without the crowd, without the constant noise and distractions that the world bombards us with. It is in solitude that a woman finds her deepest strength, her truest self, and her unshakable foundation. Solitude is not a place of emptiness, it is a place of growth, discovery, and transformation. When we think of strength, we often picture someone surrounded by people, perhaps a leader with an army of supporters, standing tall and commanding attention. But true strength does not always require the approval or presence of others. In fact, sometimes it's the absence of others that brings out the most powerful aspects of who we are. A woman who walks alone is not defined by her isolation, but by the resolve she has in standing firm in her beliefs, her vision, and her purpose, regardless of the opinions or expectations of others. It is in solitude that a woman is forced to confront herself, to see herself clearly, and to take ownership of who she is and who she is becoming. Without the noise of the world drowning out her thoughts, she is able to hear her own inner voice, the voice that has been drowned by the opinions, judgments, and expectations of others for too long. Solitude becomes a space where she can look within, find her true desires, and learn to trust her own instincts. It is in those moments of solitude that she begins to realize she does not need the validation of others to feel secure in her identity. Her worth is not determined by the praise or approval of those around her, but by the knowledge that she is whole, complete, and significant in her own right. Moreover, solitude allows a woman to develop an unshakable relationship with herself. In a world that often values people based on their relationships with others, it can be easy to lose sight of one's own importance. But when a woman is alone, she has no one else to rely on but herself. And this reliance on her own strength fosters independence, resilience, and self-sufficiency. She begins to understand that she is more than capable of handling the challenges that life throws at her. She learns that she does not need to wait for someone to come to her rescue. Instead, she is the one who will rise, stand, and overcome. Walking alone also gives a woman the space she needs to heal. We often seek the company of others when we're hurting, believing that their support will mend our brokenness. While companionship can certainly be a source of comfort, there are some wounds that only solitude can heal. It is in the quiet moments when no one else is around that a woman is able to process her pain, to grieve, and to release what no longer serves her. When there are no distractions or expectations, she can truly tend to her own heart, nurturing the wounds that time alone will eventually heal. Solitude gives her the space to reconcile her past, to forgive herself, and to let go of the burdens that she may have been carrying for far too long. In addition, there is strength in the clarity that solitude brings. The constant presence of others, the demands of relationships, and the noise of the world can cloud our judgment, making it difficult to discern what is best for us. But in the stillness, a woman can clear her mind and focus on what truly matters. She is able to listen to her heart and hear the guidance of her own intuition, which often gets drowned out by the clutter of other people's voices. Solitude provides the space for self-reflection, for examining one's life, and for making decisions that align with her true purpose and desires. It is in these moments of solitude that a woman gains the clarity she needs to move forward with confidence and conviction. Solitude also helps a woman develop a deeper connection with God. In the rush of daily life, it can be easy to forget about the quiet, sacred moments of prayer and meditation that nurture our spiritual lives. But when a woman is alone, she can draw closer to her Creator, seeking His guidance, His strength, and His peace. In these moments of solitude, she is reminded that she is not alone in her journey. While she may walk alone in the physical sense, she is never truly alone in the spiritual sense. God's presence surrounds her, comforts her, and leads her in the way she should go. It is in solitude that a woman finds her deepest connection to the divine, her foundation of strength that sustains her through every trial. Ultimately, a woman who walks alone is not weak or broken, she is strong and whole. She has learned to rely on herself, to trust her instincts, and to find peace in the silence. She understands that solitude is not something to fear, but something to embrace. It is in the solitude that she finds her true power, her authentic self, and her deep connection to God. And in that space, she is unstoppable. She walks with her head held high, knowing that even when she is alone, she is never without strength. Solitude is not a burden, it is a blessing, a gift that allows a woman to uncover the fullness of her potential and to rise to the heights of her destiny. The journey a woman embarks on, particularly one that feels like she is walking alone, is never a journey of aimlessness. It is not a random path or a series of disconnected steps. No, this journey is intentional, purposeful, and filled with divine direction. Every moment of solitude, every step taken alone has meaning, though it may not always be clear in the moment. The very fact that she walks alone is evidence that her journey is purposeful. It is a journey of self-discovery, of growth, and of becoming the woman she was always meant to be. In the beginning, the path may seem uncertain, full of twists and turns that seem to lead nowhere. But there is purpose in each step. A woman who walks alone is often led by a force much greater than herself, guided by an inner knowing, by the dreams and aspirations that stir deep within her heart. She knows there is something more, something greater than what the world can offer, and she is determined to find it. Even when the road is rocky, even when the way is unclear, she continues moving forward, trusting that the journey itself will reveal its purpose in time. For many women, the path may begin with feelings of uncertainty or loneliness, but even in the most desolate moments, there is an unshakable truth: she is not lost. Every experience, every trial, and every moment of solitude is part of the larger picture that is unfolding. Each challenge she faces, each moment of doubt, is teaching her something crucial about herself, about her strength, and about the resilience that she holds within. There is no wasted experience, there is no wasted time. Every setback, every hardship, every challenge is shaping her for what is to come. Her journey has purpose, even if she cannot yet see the full scope of it. There is a sacredness in walking alone because it allows a woman to focus inward. In the absence of external distractions, she is forced to confront herself, her dreams, her desires, her fears, and her doubts. It is during this time that she becomes attuned to the whispers of her own soul, to the deep longings that she may have buried under the weight of other people's expectations or society's demands. When she walks alone, she is given the space to reconnect with herself, to rediscover what truly matters, and to realign her life with her most authentic desires. She begins to see that the journey is not just about reaching an external destination, but about the transformation that happens within. Purpose in the journey is not always found in the destination itself. The process, the small steps taken each day, the lessons learned, and the growth experienced are where the true purpose lies. A woman who walks alone may look at her life and feel as though she has not yet achieved all she dreamed of, but the truth is, she has been evolving every step of the way. She is shedding old layers, healing from past wounds, and becoming more aligned with the person she was always meant to be. The journey is the destination because it is in the journey that she uncovers the depths of her own potential. Each step taken is an affirmation that she is moving toward something bigger than herself. As she continues on this path, the woman who walks alone begins to see that her journey is not just about her, it is a part of something larger. Her purpose is not isolated, it is interconnected with the lives of others, with the world around her. Every struggle she faces, every breakthrough she experiences equips her to be a source of strength, wisdom, and guidance for those who will one day cross her path. She may not know it yet, but her journey is preparing her to help others on their own journeys. Her pain, her perseverance, and her triumphs will one day become the tools she uses to lift others, to inspire them, and to show them that they too can find their purpose in the midst of their own struggles. In the solitude of her journey, she discovers that she is not walking alone at all. She is walking with a purpose, guided by the hand of God, and in alignment with a plan much greater than herself. God has placed within her everything she needs to fulfill her purpose, and even when it seems like she is walking alone, He is there providing direction, comfort, and encouragement. There is purpose in her every step because each step is divinely ordained. Every challenge she faces is part of the blueprint that God has written for her life. Her journey is not random, it is not without meaning, and it is certainly not without a higher purpose. A woman walking alone may feel as though she is disconnected from the world, but in reality, she is more connected than ever before to herself, to her purpose, and to the divine plan that is unfolding in her life. Each step she takes is one step closer to the woman she is becoming, the woman who will stand in her full power and fulfill the calling that was placed on her life before she was even born. She is not just walking aimlessly through life, she is walking with intention. Every trial is a stepping stone. Every moment of doubt is an opportunity for growth. Every struggle is refining her, shaping her, and preparing her for what is to come. In the end, a woman who walks alone does not walk in vain. There is profound purpose in the journey. Even when she cannot see it, the path she is on is leading her exactly where she needs to go. Every step, every moment, every challenge has meaning. The journey is purposeful, and she is exactly where she needs to be, becoming the woman she was always destined to be. The beauty of her journey lies not just in where it leads, but in the strength, wisdom, and clarity it provides her along the way. Self-discovery is a journey unlike any other. It is a path that requires a woman to look within herself and truly understand who she is, not just on the surface, but deep within her soul. Often we are so consumed with the expectations of others, the demands of society, and the labels others place on us that we forget to ask the most important question: who am I really? The journey of self-discovery is about peeling back the layers of who we were told to be and uncovering the person we were always meant to become. For many women, the process of self-discovery begins in moments of solitude. It is when the distractions of the world fade away that we are able to connect with our deepest thoughts and feelings. In these quiet moments, we are given the space to listen to the voice that often gets drowned out by the noise of everyday life. We begin to hear the whispers of our heart, the desires and dreams that have always been there but were perhaps forgotten or ignored. Solitude does not just represent loneliness, it represents opportunity, the opportunity to explore the depths of who we are, to examine our beliefs, our values, and our true potential. In a world that often tells women what they should look like, how they should behave, and what they should achieve, the journey of self-discovery becomes an act of defiance. It is an act of reclaiming one's identity, of breaking free from the mold that society has created and embracing the unique and beautiful individual that resides within. Self-discovery is not about conforming to the world's expectations, but rather about learning to love and accept oneself as one truly is, flaws, imperfections, and all. It is about recognizing that our worth is not based on what others think of us or how well we meet their standards, but on the truth that we are worthy simply because we exist. The path of self-discovery is often challenging. It requires a woman to face parts of herself that she may have buried for years-old wounds, fears, regrets, and insecurities. These are not easy things to confront, but it is through facing them that true healing begins. The more she looks at these hidden parts of herself, the more she learns to accept them, to forgive herself for past mistakes, and to let go of the shame and guilt that have weighed her down for far too long. Self-discovery is not just about uncovering what is good within us, but also about embracing the broken parts, the parts that need healing, the parts that may not yet be whole. These aspects of ourselves do not make us less than they make us human. They make us real. As a woman walks this path of self-discovery, she begins to learn about her own strengths and abilities. She starts to realize that she is far more capable than she ever gave herself credit for. She might have underestimated her own resilience, her courage, or her creativity, but in the process of discovering who she truly is, she begins to tap into the potential that has always been there. She discovers that she is powerful beyond measure, not because of her achievements or accolades, but because of the inner strength that she holds. She learns that she can weather storms, face challenges head-on, and rise above adversity, not because the journey is easy, but because she has the heart and the spirit to keep moving forward no matter what. Self-discovery also opens the door to a deeper understanding of one's passions and desires. A woman who embarks on this journey will find that her dreams are not random, they are a reflection of who she is at her core. These passions are not to be ignored or dismissed, but to be nurtured and pursued. Whether it is a passion for creating art, helping others, pursuing knowledge, or seeking adventure, these dreams are a reflection of her true purpose. Through self-discovery, she learns not just what she is capable of, but what she is meant to do. She begins to see that the gifts and talents she has are not accidents, they are tools meant to be used to fulfill her divine purpose in the world. One of the most liberating aspects of self-discovery is learning to trust oneself. A woman who walks the path of self-discovery begins to trust her instincts, her intuition, and her own judgment. She learns to listen to her inner voice and to make decisions that are aligned with her true self, not the expectations of others. This trust in herself is empowering. It means no longer relying on external validation or seeking permission from others to live authentically. She realizes that the answers to life's questions do not lie outside of her, but within her own heart and mind. Through this process, she becomes her own guide, her own mentor, and her own greatest supporter. Through self-discovery, a woman also comes to understand the value of boundaries. As she learns more about who she is, she becomes clearer about what she will and will not accept in her life. She understands that not everyone deserves access to her time, energy, and emotions. She begins to establish healthy boundaries that protect her peace, her joy, and her purpose. This is not a selfish act, it is a necessary one. In order to fully embrace who she is and to walk in her truth, she must create space for herself, free from the toxic influences and draining relationships that may have once held her back. The process of self-discovery is not something that happens overnight. It is a lifelong journey, a continuous process of learning, growing, and evolving. But the beauty of this journey is that it is uniquely hers. No one else can walk it for her, and no one else can define it for her. It is her story, her truth, her path to walk. Through each stage of life, she will discover new things about herself, new strengths, new challenges, new dreams. And with each discovery, she becomes more whole, more authentic, and more at peace with who she is. Self-discovery is about embracing one's own journey, trusting the process, and allowing each chapter to unfold in its own time. It is about shedding the layers of conditioning, expectation, and fear and stepping into the fullness of who a woman is meant to be. It is a path that leads to liberation, to love, to joy, and to a deeper connection with the divine. And through it all, she learns that the greatest discovery she will ever make is the woman she already is. Healing is a powerful, transformative force, one that can restore not only the body, but also the soul. For a woman walking alone, healing is not just a necessity, it is an ongoing process that requires time, patience, and self-compassion. Often it is in the moments of isolation when there is no one else around to distract or define her that she begins the journey of healing. This process is neither linear nor easy, but it is in these vulnerable moments that she taps into the strength and resilience that lies deep within. The power of healing lies in its ability to restore a woman to her true self, to make her whole again even after experiencing deep pain or loss. The first step in healing is acknowledgement. A woman who walks alone, who has faced betrayal, heartbreak, or disappointment, may try to suppress her pain to keep moving forward as if nothing happened. But true healing begins when she allows herself to feel the depth of her wounds, when she admits that she has been hurt and that the hurt needs to be addressed. Healing cannot take place without first acknowledging that something is broken, that something needs attention. In the solitude, she has the opportunity to reflect on what has happened, to name the hurt, and to understand its impact. She may face emotions that she has kept buried, anger, sadness, grief, regret, but in allowing these feelings to surface, she takes the first step toward wholeness. Healing is not just about recovering from physical wounds, it is about emotional, mental, and spiritual restoration. A woman who walks alone may feel as if the scars she carries are too deep, too permanent to ever be healed. But the power of healing is that it has the ability to mend what seems irreparable. Emotional scars, wounds from past relationships, traumatic experiences, and broken dreams all leave their mark. But healing does not mean erasing these scars. It means learning to live with them, to embrace them as part of the story, and to move forward stronger because of them. It is in the healing process that a woman realizes she is not defined by her wounds. She is defined by how she chooses to rise from them. The solitude a woman experiences while walking alone provides the space for reflection and self-examination. In this space, she can examine the patterns in her life, the choices she has made, and the ways in which she may have been holding herself back from healing. It is here that she faces the truth of who she is and what she has gone through. Sometimes healing requires looking in the mirror and acknowledging the role she may have played in her own pain. This is not about blame or guilt, but about understanding the factors that contributed to her wounds and how she can take ownership of her healing. In these moments, a woman learns that healing is an active process. It is something she must engage in with intentionality, rather than something that simply happens to her. The power of healing also lies in the restoration of hope. When a woman has been hurt, when life is dealt blow after blow, it can be easy to lose faith in the future. But healing has a way of reigniting hope. It restores the belief that tomorrow can be better than today, that there is light at the end of the tunnel. The process of healing teaches her to trust again, not necessarily other people, but herself. She learns to trust that she has the strength to overcome any obstacle and that every painful experience has a lesson that will serve her in the future. Through healing, she learns that she is resilient, that she can bounce back from anything that comes her way, and that the hurt she experienced does not have to define her future. Healing is also about forgiveness first, forgiving herself and then forgiving others. A woman who walks alone may find it difficult to forgive those who have wronged her. The betrayal, the hurt, the injustice, these feelings can feel impossible to release. Yet, in order to heal, forgiveness must be part of the process. Healed, she begins to see that the pain she endured is not wasted. It becomes the fuel that drives her to be better, to live with greater intention, and to help others on their own healing journeys. Healing is not a destination, it is an ongoing process, a journey that continues long after the wounds have closed. Each day of healing strengthens her, molds her, and prepares her to become the woman she was always meant to be. Through healing, she becomes whole again, not perfect, but whole. Authentic relationships are the cornerstone of a fulfilling life. In a world filled with surface-level connections, where the pressures of social media, status, and appearances often create barriers, authentic relationships offer something much deeper. They provide a sense of belonging, support, and understanding that no external accolade or achievement can replace. For a woman walking alone, the importance of authentic relationships becomes even more evident. These relationships are not just about sharing good times or exchanging pleasantries. They are about truly knowing and being known, about offering and receiving vulnerability, trust, and emotional intimacy. At the heart of any authentic relationship is mutual respect and understanding. When a woman connects with others on a deep level, she is no longer seen for the role she plays, wife, mother, daughter, or friend, but for the person she truly is. She is valued for her individuality, her strengths, and her imperfections. In these relationships, there is no need to wear a mask or pretend to be someone she is not. She can show up as her most authentic self, knowing that she will be accepted without judgment. These relationships allow her to feel safe to speak her truth and to express her needs without fear of rejection. When a woman experiences this kind of acceptance, she begins to thrive in ways she may never have imagined. She feels seen, heard, and valued not because of what she can offer, but simply because of who she is. One of the most powerful aspects of authentic relationships is the ability to offer and receive support. Life, with its inevitable challenges and trials, can sometimes feel isolating. A woman who is walking alone may feel like she has to carry her burdens in silence, believing that no one can truly understand what she is going through. But in authentic relationships, she finds that she is not alone. These are the relationships where friends, family, and loved ones walk beside her, offering encouragement, comfort, and guidance. They do not have to have all the answers, but their presence is enough to provide solace and reassurance. Authentic relationships create a network of support that helps a woman navigate life's ups and downs. She learns that she doesn't have to go through challenges alone, and that it's okay to lean on others when the weight of the world feels too heavy. In authentic relationships, there is also room for growth. These relationships are not static, they evolve over time as both individuals change and develop. As a woman embarks on the journey of self-discovery, she may find that her needs and priorities shift. In these relationships, her growth is celebrated, not feared. Authentic friends and partners encourage her to pursue her dreams, to step into her purpose, and to become the best version of herself. They support her through the challenges of growth, even when it means that she may change or outgrow certain aspects of herself or her life. These relationships allow her to blossom and transform without fear of being left behind or misunderstood. Growth in authentic relationships is not about competition or comparison. It is about supporting one another and becoming the person they are meant to be. Equally important is the honesty and openness that exists in authentic relationships. There is no place for pretense or deception when relationships are grounded in authenticity. In these relationships, a woman can speak openly about her fears, dreams, desires, and frustrations. She can be honest about her struggles without fear of judgment or rejection. This level of honesty fosters trust, which is the foundation of any lasting relationship. Trust in authentic relationships is not given lightly, it is earned through consistent actions and shared vulnerability. When a woman knows she can trust someone fully, she is able to let go of the fear that often accompanies emotional intimacy. She becomes free to be herself, to share her heart, and to form deep connections that nourish her soul. Authentic relationships also help a woman develop a greater sense of empathy and compassion. When she is truly connected with others, she learns to see the world through their eyes, to understand their pain, and to offer her support in meaningful ways. These relationships create a space for both people to be vulnerable and to share their experiences without fear of being misunderstood. As a woman opens her heart to others, she becomes more attuned to the struggles and challenges that others face. She begins to recognize that everyone is fighting their own battles, and she becomes more compassionate, not just toward her loved ones, but toward herself as well. Authentic relationships teach her the importance of empathy, the ability to listen without judgment, and to offer understanding without trying to fix the other person. This kind of compassion nurtures both the giver and the receiver, deepening the bond and creating a sense of shared humanity. In a world that often glorifies perfection and achievement, authentic relationships remind a woman that she does not need to be perfect to be loved. In these relationships, flaws are not hidden but embraced. When a woman shares her imperfections with others, she allows herself to be human, and in doing so, she invites others to do the same. The beauty of authenticity is that it thrives in imperfection. In authentic relationships, there is no pressure to meet unattainable standards or to live up to an idealized version of herself. She is loved for who she is, not who she is supposed to be. This creates an environment of grace where both people can make mistakes, grow, and learn together without fear of judgment or rejection. There is a deep, transformative power in these kinds of relationships. A woman who has authentic relationships in her life feels grounded, connected, and supported. These relationships are her anchors in times of turmoil and her source of joy in times of celebration. They bring balance to her life, allowing her to experience true intimacy, vulnerability, and connection. As she learns to give and receive love in its truest form, she becomes more confident, more secure, and more whole. Authentic relationships help her see herself through the eyes of those who love her, reminding her of her value and worth, even when she may forget it herself. For a woman walking alone, the value of authentic relationships cannot be overstated. These relationships are the lifeblood that nourishes her soul and strengthens her spirit. They remind her that while the journey may sometimes feel solitary, she is never truly alone. The love, support, and understanding she receives from those who know her at her core are the gifts that help her become the best version of herself. In authentic relationships, she finds not just companionship, but the power to heal, grow, and thrive. These are the relationships that shape her life and define her happiness, giving her the courage to continue walking the path toward her fullest potential. Divine companionship is one of the most profound experiences a person can encounter. For a woman who walks alone, the concept of divine companionship is not just a comforting idea, it is a powerful reality that provides strength, guidance, and peace in ways that surpass human understanding. It is the quiet assurance that even in the moments when she feels most isolated or abandoned, she is never truly alone. This companionship is not bound by physical presence, and it is not dependent on the actions or words of others. It is a deep spiritual connection to something greater, a relationship with the divine that transcends time, space, and circumstances. In this companionship, a woman finds not only solace, but purpose, direction, and unwavering support. When a woman feels as if she is walking alone, the presence of the divine becomes even more essential. There are moments in life when the weight of the world feels too heavy, when the challenges seem insurmountable, and the road ahead appears unclear. It is during these times of struggle and uncertainty that divine companionship steps in to remind her that she is seen, she is heard, and she is loved unconditionally. While the world may not always understand her pain or offer the comfort she needs, the divine sees her heart, her tears, and her desires. This companionship provides a sense of peace that surpasses understanding, a quiet assurance that no matter the storm she faces, she will not face it alone. Even when the world is silent, the divine speaks to her in whispers of hope, courage, and love, guiding her through the darkest valleys. One of the most remarkable aspects of divine companionship is its ability to offer unwavering guidance. Life can be filled with choices, some small, others monumental, and often the path is not always clear. A woman walking alone may find herself at crossroads, unsure of which direction to take or which decision is best. It is in these moments of uncertainty that the divine companion steps in, offering wisdom and insight. The still small voice of the divine provides clarity when confusion reigns, helping her to discern the right path, even when it is not the easiest or most comfortable one. This guidance is not always immediate, and sometimes it comes in the form of quiet prompts, intuitive feelings, or a sense of peace in the heart that transcends logic. Yet it is always there, an internal compass, guiding her toward her true purpose and the next steps she must take. Divine companionship also fosters a deep sense of peace. In a world that often feels chaotic, filled with distractions and demands, the presence of the divine brings a tranquility that nothing else can provide. For a woman who is walking alone, it is easy to become overwhelmed by the noise of the world, the expectations, the pressures, the constant rush of life. But when she turns inward and tunes into the divine presence within, she finds that there is a deep well of peace waiting for her. This peace is not the absence of difficulty, but the presence of a calm assurance that she is being held, supported, and guided every step of the way. In these moments, she learns that her worth is not defined by her circumstances, but by her connection to the divine. Her value is unshakable, and the love that flows from this connection is constant and unconditional. The divine companion also offers a source of strength that is unlike anything the world can provide. In times of trial, when she feels weak and unable to continue, the strength of the divine becomes her strength. It is a power that does not come from her own abilities or efforts, but from a divine source that is limitless and boundless. When she feels as if she has nothing left to give, the divine infuses her with renewed energy, with courage to keep going, and with resilience to face the challenges ahead. This strength is not about being immune to pain or struggle. It is about knowing that no matter what comes her way, she has the inner power to endure and to overcome. In the arms of divine companionship, a woman discovers that she is far more capable than she ever thought possible. She learns to lean not on her own understanding, but on the strength that flows from the divine presence, which is always sufficient. The divine companion also offers a source of strength that is unlike anything the world can provide. In times of trial, when she feels weak and unable to continue, the strength of the divine becomes her strength. It is a power that does not come from her own abilities or efforts, but from a divine source that is limitless and boundless. When she feels as if she has nothing left to give, the divine infuses her with renewed energy, with courage to keep going, and with resilience to face the challenges ahead. This strength is not about being immune to pain or struggle. It is about knowing that no matter what comes her way, she has the inner power to endure and to overcome. In the arms of divine companionship, a woman discovers that she is far more capable than she ever thought possible. She learns to lean not on her own understanding, but on the strength that flows from the divine presence, which is always sufficient. One of the most profound aspects of divine companionship is the ability to heal. Life's wounds, whether they are emotional, physical, or spiritual, often feel like insurmountable burdens. The scars from past hurts, betrayals, and disappointments can leave deep marks on a woman's heart, and the process of healing can feel long and uncertain. However, in divine companionship, there is a healing balm that flows gently into the deepest parts of her soul. The divine does not condemn or criticize her for her wounds, but lovingly tends to them, offering comfort and restoration. As she draws closer to the divine, she begins to feel a sense of wholeness and healing that transcends human understanding. The divine knows her pain, her fears, and her struggles, and provides the inner peace and restoration she needs to move forward. Through this companionship, a woman learns that she does not have to carry her wounds forever. She can be healed, renewed, and made whole once more. Divine companionship also teaches a woman to trust. In a world that often feels unpredictable and unsafe, trust in the divine can be a lifeline. Trusting the divine means knowing that everything that happens is part of a larger plan, one that is beyond her comprehension, but always working for her good. It is trusting that even when things don't go according to her plans, the divine is still in control and still working in her favor. Trust in divine companionship allows her to surrender her fears, anxieties, and uncertainties, knowing that the divine has her best interests at heart. This trust does not eliminate difficulties, but it makes them more bearable because she knows that she is not facing them alone. The divine companion walks with her every step of the way and gives her the strength to face whatever comes her way with faith and courage. Finally, divine companionship is a constant source of unconditional love. It is a love that does not fluctuate with circumstances or behaviors, but remains steadfast and unwavering. For a woman walking alone, this love becomes a source of unshakable confidence. No matter how many times she feels rejected or overlooked by others, she can always turn to the divine and find love that is endless and pure. This love does not ask for perfection, it simply offers acceptance, grace, and mercy. It reminds her that she is valuable and cherished, not because of what she does or how she performs, but because she is a beloved child of the divine. In this love, she finds her worth, her identity, and her purpose. Divine companionship, then, is not just a concept, it is a transformative reality. It is the assurance that even in the most difficult moments, she is never truly alone. It is the source of strength, guidance, healing, peace, and unconditional love that sustains a woman as she walks her path. With the divine as her constant companion, she can face life's challenges with courage and grace, knowing that the presence of the divine is always with her, always guiding her, and always loving her. In the journey of life, a woman who walks alone finds strength, purpose, and healing in divine companionship. The moments of solitude, though at times filled with pain and uncertainty, are also opportunities to draw closer to the divine, where true peace, guidance, and unconditional love reside. Through divine companionship, a woman is reminded that she is never truly alone, even in her darkest moments. The divine offers unwavering support, infusing her with strength when she feels weak, guiding her when the path ahead is unclear, and healing her when life's wounds seem too deep to bear. This relationship transcends the limitations of human connection, providing a foundation that is unshakable, a love that is boundless, and a peace that surpasses understanding. In walking with the divine, a woman discovers her worth, her resilience, and her purpose. She learns that the true essence of her strength lies not in walking alone, but in knowing that she is accompanied by a presence that will never leave her side, leading her toward a life of fulfillment, growth, and divine destiny.